All right, this is a special edition of the Weed Show. Remember this guy? You coming back for Atlanta? Is that what you're preparing for?
No, I'm actually riding for outdoors.
Okay, he's preparing for outdoors. He has his own track, kinda. You own this place, or what's the deal?
I'm one of 4 people, yes.
Okay, so Chad Reed, this is a track not far from us. It's Statesville, North Carolina, about 45 minutes north of Charlotte. Chad is now bought in.
Looking for a Kickstarter.
Stop it.
I literally.
All right, you're not racing Atlanta.
Bring a 2-stroke here and.
Yeah. Does that even? That's an electric star 2-stroke.
But
we're doing it for the fans.
I can honestly say I couldn't tell you the last time I looked for a Kickstarter.
And you just, dude, I turn the camera on. He gets nervous, start making mistakes. So this place is opening soon.
Soon.
You're testing and tuning?
I am. And now we've got Ben out here testing, so.
Testing the trails too. Trails.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are gonna be. They need fixing.
Okay, that's Ben's job. So you're gonna go out and ride, test and tune. We're open next weekend. Easter-ish, is that the goal?
That's the plan.
Okay. Well, it's better than it was.
We're working on it. We're almost there, I think.
And why are you doing it? Do you even know why you're doing it? What is your goal?
We're giving back, Jason.
All right, what a guy.
What a guy. Back.
Yes, because this is family friendly. It's not the Chad Reed Supercross track.
Absolutely.
I mean, there is a SUV.
We've been there, done that. There is a Supercross track, but it's not going to be public.
That's not your goal.
That's my... Outdoors is too hard.
Okay.
Although I'm going to race. Training for it.
Yes, sure you are. Yeah, right. You want a Supercross track for fun.
Yeah.
But you got a kids track over there, so it's still going to be a family-friendly thing. It's not the Chad Reed training facility.
Yeah, we try to stay, you know, true to what it was. Like, I brought my kids here because the mini bike track was awesome. I loved being able to watch them, and didn't feel like they were going to launch off any jumps that they weren't yet ready for.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're somewhat ready for that now. So
oh boy.
Why there's another track as well.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah, it is family friendly. I'm cool with that. I'm glad you're keeping it that way. And you're gonna go ride?
Yeah.
Get that Kickstarter. You're gonna go clear some mud out, Ben?
Yeah.
Ben's here to sling
he
mud.
He already cleared it.
I got all the mud.
Ben's here to get mud off of the trails. There'll be trails too.
That's what happens.
Test and tune, art of war. Art of war.
Oh yeah, looking good. Looking good.
That was good.
Art of war?
Yeah.
Not harsh?
No.
Not harsh.
No more harsh.
No more harshness. All right, so Chad's putting this track together. Track's good. I've been here a lot. Always a good time. Chad's gonna go ride. We were joined by the Olympic gold medalist Connor Fields. This is like a tailgate party all day.
Yeah,
this is good times.
Day off of riding for us, so come out and check this stuff out. He's been at the BMX track for the last month, and he was dropping gates for us yesterday. And
for real?
Yeah, we were laughing. Me and some of the guys riding were like, "Do you ever think Chad Reed would be dropping gates for us?"
Yes.
You know, it's pretty funny. But come out. I was hoping to do some gates today. I could return the favor.
Yeah, no gates here. I don't think.
Just kind of half-effort laps, just throwing whips and.
Yes, if anyone's wondering what is the connection, like why is Connor Fields and other BMX guys all here? Why is everybody hanging out? It's because there's a big race in town coming up this weekend, and really Chad's more of a BMX guy than a moto guy right now. So
Chad is the definition of factory dad.
Really?
When it
okay.
comes to the BMX races.
Yes.
It's quite fun to watch him and his kids out there. His kids are some of the most factory looking riders out there, but it's funny because they race in the beginner class, so they're with like your son,
no, they did race the beginner class.
Who has fly racing gear from 4 years ago.
And a Craigslist special.
And cargo shorts.
Yeah, and an $80 bicycle. Yes.
And then next to his kids who look, I hate to say it, but more factory than me sometimes.
Okay. There was one race where they had 2 different bikes and they were switching bikes to try different, to test. Yes.
That doesn't sound like Chad at all.
No, that's so not Chad.
Chad would never test stuff.
Taking the forks off of BMX bikes for tuning.
I've raced for 21 years and I've never done that.
I know, dude, this blows my mind. Stop this. Can you guys back this up? You're saying that you don't even care and you're at the highest level. You won the Olympic gold medal. You're not sweating that last 2 or 3% part on your bike.
I've changed stuff, but I've never brought 2 completely different bikes and raced 2 completely different bikes in the same day.
Just to try it?
Just to try it. I try it in training. So our track doesn't change or develop throughout the day. It is what it is.
So you don't need to. Okay.
So you usually figure out what works beforehand and then you stick to it.
But is your bike the trickiest bike available? Is it the best of the best? Or is there stuff you're not even?
I have to say yes, right?
Well, but I mean, is it like your brand is good, your brand is good, but Chase Bicycles is good?
Everything I ride is top of the line.
Yes, the best stuff they have.
Yes.
Okay.
But we don't really have like, I guess the equivalent of like factory stuff.
Yeah.
Like you could buy my exact bike.
I see.
Like it's top of the line stuff, but it's all available.
It is a nice little mashup here, and Ben's gonna go out and clear some mud off. it is a nice mashup of moto and BMX. Like when I go to that BMX track, I get recognized by as many people there for Racer X stuff as and they're not just BMX people. It's an amazing mashup.
Yeah, I mean, well, like our BMX, the name is literally bicycle motocross.
Right.
The sport started by kids watching motocross, driving their bikes and trying to copy it.
Yep.
So we're always kind of been your guys' little brother, I guess you would say.
I guess so.
And a lot of people start in BMX and then transition onto the motorcycles.
Yeah.
And then some people like us just never make the transition.
Yes, you were saying that. BMX, it's like what everybody does as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Chad said that. He's like, no, I raced BMX when I was a kid. His whole family.
Jeremy McGrath did, Christian Craig did, Chase Sexton did, a bunch of the guys did, and then transitioned to the motorcycle.
But I have to say, now that I've experienced it, the accessibility, there's a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
It's very easy. It's very cheap. It's got a real appeal to it as a parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and when we go to the Rock Hill track, which is where we're racing this weekend, like it has a Friday night, like high school football atmosphere. We race under the lights, the families are there, they're in the grandstands. The atmosphere is kind of better, I almost feel. Okay. Compared to local moto.
I don't want to, offend the moto guys, and I don't know much about local moto. I've never been to a local moto race, but the coolest thing with BMX, like you can take it as seriously as you want. Like with your son, you were saying he's been 5 times in the last 5 months.
I'm trying not to take it seriously. I'm trying hard.
Or you can be like Chad.
Yes, went to Florida for the winter. Yes, to race bigger races. Yes,
and do it that way. So, but no, it's an amazing sport, and it's a lot of similarities to motocross as well.
Well, what we talked about before is that you actually work with some of the riders. You work with Christian Craig, not as a riding coach, but you've taken some of the tools that you learn just as an athlete in general from the Olympics, and it does cross over. It does apply.
Oh, I mean, winning's winning.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't matter what sport it is.
Yep.
The ingredients are the same, and I think it also can help to have a fresh perspective, right? I mean, look at Alden. And I'm not by any means. I am not.
You're not saying that.
To
yes.
Alden,
yes.
But I am just using that as an example of someone who came from cycling, an outside sport, and brought the philosophies and things that he had learned and that into motocross, and was able to push the envelope with training. And with being around the Olympics, we have the shared minds and the shared knowledge of all these different sports. Yeah. To share information on, and it's pretty cool.
Well, that's really proves it. That was the point I was going to make. When you go to the Olympic training facility, there are coaches and trainers that work with a variety of athletes, right? Yeah, which just goes to prove
everything. The nutritionists, the sports psychologists, the strength and conditioning trainers, all of that work with all the sports, but they also work with the head coaches from the different sports, right? Right. So the nutritionist is working with the head of the volleyball team on their specific needs, which are very different than the wrestling team.
Okay, so it isn't one size fits all. No, obviously.
Not at all.
Yes.
If you look at a wrestler who's got to cut weight, their diet's gonna be different than a rower who just needs to eat as much as they can to keep doing this all day.
Right. Right.
Or whatever it is.
But there are certain philosophies, if you're using the same there are certain philosophies that they all do have in common if you manage it the right way.
Yeah. I mean, it's the science is the science, right? Like.
Right.
When it comes to the mental side, like winning's winning. Getting in the starting gate when the lights are on and the pressure's on. Expectations there, and pulling the trigger is the same on a mountain bike, a BMX bike, anything you can race.
We were literally talking about that. You, in your sport, experience the exact same thing that everybody talks about in the Supercross. Guys can do something on a Tuesday and a Wednesday on practice. It doesn't necessarily mean that's how they're going to perform on race day. And you said you can look at qualifying boards and everything. BMX is the same.
Oh yeah, and even go one step further, you could win your heats, your quarterfinal, your semifinal. You could win everything all day. But if you don't win the last one, if you don't win the last race on the track, it doesn't count.
Your situation is even worse though. For all you're in the Olympics also, right? But in the wrong team? In the wrong team?
In Australia. So.
In Australia team? On the wrong team, but competing. Okay.
He's on Chad's team.
Look,
Chad's team. That's why I'm
you're in Chad's. That's why you're here representing Team Australia. At least you got a legit accent. I'll give you that. Unlike him.
I haven't switched over to like the hybrid accent.
Yeah, he's got the hybrid. But, dude, I don't know. Your whole life isn't about the Olympics, you guys. It's just something you do, but that's not what you measure your entire career around. There are other races and championships that matter.
Yeah.
But this is 4 years, and how long is that race? The final.
The last one was 36.4 something seconds, I think.
So we are taking the concept of what happens during the week, it really only matters under the lights, but we're talking Supercross where you have 17 20-minute mains. We're taking that and condensing it out to 30 seconds every 4 years.
Right. Yeah. I guess like the equivalent would be, imagine if they only raced...
I'm making him nervous just thinking about this right now.
Imagine if they only ever raced outdoors and then once every 4 years you had A1.
Yeah,
And
just
that was,
Anaheim.
And you would make more from winning that than if you won the championship all 4 of the other years. It would be the only thing that the general public cared about. It would be the only thing that was like the big one.
Yep.
Right? That's what it would be.
Right. So the mental side of that, it's a whole nother level of pressure and all that.
Oh,
so
it gives me anxiety just thinking about it, as you saw.
yeah, right here. Sorry about
there.
that.
All right.
Yep.
Because I've had to go both ways. You were actually saying earlier, you were telling me about how your sons watched both Olympics.
Well, you told me the story. The first one, you thought you had it dialed,
Yeah.
right? And you didn't have it dialed like you thought. Everything was going your way. And then the one race that counted.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta learn sometimes.
Yes. So whatever mental training techniques there are to try to combat that your whole worth is decided in 30 seconds every 4 years, must be the most top of the line mental training you can go through, because that's a gnarly situation.
Basically, I had like 4 years to, if I am lucky enough to be one of the 8 people back in the finals again.
Yeah. Yeah.
To hear yourself introduced your country, see the gold medals and the silver medal and the bronze medal sitting at the finish line.
Yeah.
Can I execute this and do it, or will I mess it up again?
Woo!
And you gotta sleep on that for 4 years.
That's a lot to think about.
I need a beer.
Yeah, exactly. Coming this summer.
Yeah,
the games of Tokyo.
We signed back up for it. Let's do it again.
Gosh.
Go again. Another 4.
Probably a lot nicer to pass that knowledge on to others, maybe, than to have to keep going through it. Yeah. All right, we'll go watch Chad ride, Connor Fields and the gang, Rock Hill this weekend.
Yeah,
This
Rock
is
Hill.
big.
If you're in the Charlotte, North South Carolina,
Yeah.
come on out, check it out.
I mean, it's legit. The facility is legit.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's a really good time.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yes, it's not just a participant sport. You can actually watch as a spectator.
You'll
It's
be
actually
out there,
pretty cool. I will be there.
Yeah.
I will be there. I've had to become a fan.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to the track anyway.
Yeah, come watch me race, Isaac and Asuma race, and we'll also watch Chad watch his kids race, which is quite entertaining.
Yeah, but the world wants to see Chad. The world wants to see Chad race.
Yeah, he was talking about it. He was talking about getting out there.
There's the boss over there working with his troops.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go check out Chad ride a little bit, but thanks, guys. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
All the world's coming together. I like it.
Yeah.
Good times.